Hello inner tubes. Okay, as you can see behind me is the 1977 280Z. It's painted, and that's the paint reveal for you all right there. It's a, I don't know, Jeju Island sea blue or something like that. But there you go, the overall image of the entire car's assembly. Fuel tank over here, engine over here, rear differential over there being rebuilt, and the body. We just got the body back from the painters a few days ago, and we are tirelessly at work reassembling everything. There was a little bit of a paint mess up here because the hoses were still fitted in the car and they couldn't paint under that, so we have removed all the metal hoses and we will have the painter come over and respray and touch up this part. So that's the hang up at the moment. If not, this car's wiring would probably be complete by now. As you can see, all the main easily assembled points have already been installed. Main body harness is also in already. All this stuff which connects to the fuse box, which should be under here, running through the entire body, complete, running all the wires to the back, to the ceiling of the car, back there for the speakers, 4-inch speakers, rear tail light wiring, got all the rubbers, and all the polyurethane bushes have been pumped in. So we're working quickly to complete this 280Z. We're going to run the original 280Z rear lights with a 240Z painted bumper and a fiberglass front bumper on this car. It's got a little bit of a white body with the fender flares, and I'm going to run the tried, true and tested Nissan 4-port brakes in front and a Nissan B13 rear disc and handbrake built into the rear disc and caliper. Make things simple. Surprisingly, this is a R200 rear diff that came with the standard 280Z. So we're reassembling it right now. It's obviously a standard open diff. I'm not mad about that. I'm happy with it, so it's gonna be easy to use and drive. Hopefully it doesn't whine. At the moment the gears look almost brand new. This car's body is near perfect. Got it in perfect condition. Never been hit, never been an accident, just rusty. So all the rust and all the floorboards, everything's been addressed and rebuilt. So this chassis has also been rebuilt from the ground up, the same as this engine. L28, the real heart of the car. Compression is perfect, rebuilt engine, brand new water pump, and everything inside is refreshed. You don't have to change the pistons, didn't have to change the rings, everything looked very new. Sorry didn't catch the rebuild process of this engine, but it's nice. It's really nice. So we're gonna forego the electronic part of this engine, and I'm gonna fit on triple Solex carburetors. Yeah, so we're gonna put in triple Solex carburetors. Hopefully the jetting is good and the car runs well with the aircon and power steering that we're running, the same as the other two cars. And because we don't have the jets for the Solex carburetors, the Solex carburetors are up there on the sandblasting machine. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. At the moment, this is the current state of the 280Z. The 240Z, the Mustard Series 1 240Z is almost done. It's at the interior, the upholstery shop at the moment, and it's a few days from me having to go and collect it. So yep, this is it for now. Thanks for watching. Hi inner tubes, as promised, we have progress after a few days with all the wiring. Almost, it's about 90% done in wiring. Next thing we have to do is insert the dashboard. which is still at the painters for refurbishment. I'm going to try to collect it today. However, as you can see, I like the red color polyurethane, prothane polyurethane bushes all around. The contrast it adds is it's very sharp. Opposed to the other two Zs that we built recently, they were all black, which made it look a little bit dull. Very stock, very original, but they were still polyurethane bushes. So on this car I opted excuse me, to go with the red PU bushes. Again, we have the same aircon setup as the other two cars, because that aircon setup works beautifully, because nice and cold. I'm very satisfied with that system. As you can see, the 280Z has a slightly narrower front cross member, radiator support cross member. They've got all these added pieces, slightly different, more elaborate than the 240Z. So this is a much more well thought out chassis with a lot more bracing for the fuel injection system. I've also added a frame rail brace while I was doing the body work. This is a front fender A-arm brace to the chassis. So this is welded in, cannot be removed. All the bed liner or undercoat or whatever you want to call has already been done. We've also went ahead and made this adjustable caster arm. There will be a RCA adapter here. The front assembly, suspension and the rear suspension has been sent off to the brake modifying shop, who will be adapting the Nissan Skyline 4-pot brake front and Nissan Sentra B13 brake at the rear with integrated handbrake pull. As you can see, we're just waiting for the suspension and brake assembly to come back to assemble the whole driveline, and drivetrain is complete. The rear R200 diff is rebuilt and seems to have a very nice gear in it. It's almost new. So as you can see, the whole rear assembly is fitted and complete. All the bushes in the arms are red. Nice contrast, I love it. Love it a lot. Aircon blower as per the other two cars. Transmission flywheel plate. We have to also modify the fuel tank with a modern day fuel sending unit with integrated fuel pump. We have to machine the top mount bracket for that assembly. So that is a project on its own. That's why the fuel tank isn't in the car yet. As you can see, all the wiring for the front is done and ready. We've got the fuse box all over the place up there. That's the fuse box right there, and that's another integrated fuse box, fuse block for an instance where we might have to forego the carburetor setup and go back to the fuel injection system. I will have to run a standalone ECU and reinstall the standard intake manifold, run it with the standard fuel injection system. But of course, me being me, will not stay standard. It will be revised for a more optimum and more performance oriented setup. So nothing in this car will be stock. The right hand drive conversion, as you can see, is done very nicely. Everything is straightened and centered in the steering shaft and the column. So very nice and solid firewall setup. just like the other two cars. So this car's chassis is actually brilliant, very nice. And you can see that I've already prepared myself for camber adjustment, top camber adjustment, front and rear suspension. For the keen eye of you will notice that this car's fenders have been cut so that I can install a over fender kit onto it because I have wide wheels. Steering rack is in and ready to go with its power steering system, electronic hydraulic power system, power steering system. Again, off of a Porsche 996 Cup car. There's something to flex about. Everything's almost all done. Very happy with the progress. And here are its wheel set. This is a negative 15, I think, 8J, negative 15 8J. So all four, they're square. All four tires are square. Can't wait for this car to be back on the ground. And then meanwhile, this is the engine. As you've seen it before in the past, nothing much to talk about. Luckily, this is an electronic distributor system, ignition system. And this is the 240Z Series 1 that has been 100% completed. We're just going through some teething issues. Here's the interior for the first time. For you viewers who have been following, this is the first time you're going to see the interior because I've not done a complete video for this car's full complete interior refurbishment. We've even restored the steering wheel and the gear knob. Hope you guys like it. Still smells minty fresh. One of the regrets I have on this car is not filling up those factory holes because we don't use those holes anymore. I should have filled it up and have a nicer, cleaner, smooth engine bay. This is another L28 for another 280Z that we're working on in the background. And so there we have it. My gearbox, unfortunately, it's a 4-speed gearbox in this 280Z. I'm fine with it. I'm not greedy with for 5 speeds. These cars don't go that quickly anyway, so first, second, third, fourth is fine with me. I'm happy with that. Alright, till the next update guys, thanks for watching.